break of noon, shadows, even the silver spoon, the handmaid's blade, the child's balloon eclipses both the sun and moon. To understand, you know too soon, there is no sense in trying. Pointed threads, they bluff with scorn. Suicide remarks are torn from the fool's gold mouthpiece. The hollow horn plays wasted words, proof to warn that he, not busy born, is busy dying. Temptation's page flies out the door, you follow. Find yourself at war, watch waterfalls of pity roar. You feel to moan, but unlike before, you discover you'd be just one more person crying. So don't fear if you're here. A foreign sound to your ear. It's alright, Mom, I'm only sighing. As some warn victory, some downfall. Private reasons, great or small, can be seen in the eyes of those that call to make all that should be killed to crawl, while others say don't hate nothing at all except hatred. Disillusioned words like bullets bark as human gods aim for their mark, to make everything from toy guns that spark to flesh-colored cries that glow in the dark. It's easy to see without looking too far, not much is really sacred. As preachers preach of evil fate and teachers teach that knowledge waits, can lead to $100 plates. Goodness hides behind a gate, and even the President of the United States sometimes must stand naked. Though the rules of the road has been lodged, it's only people's game. You got to dodge, but it's alright, Mom, I can make it. Advertising signs that con you into thinking you're the one that can do what's never been done, that can win what's never been won. Meantime, life outside goes on all around you. You lose yourself, you reappear. You suddenly find you got nothing to fear. Alone you stand with nobody near, till a distant trembling voice unclear startles your sleeping ear to hear that somebody thinks they really found you. A question in your nerves is slit, yet you don't know what answer fit to satisfy and show you not to quit, to keep in mind and not forget that it's not he or she or them or it that you belong to. too. For them that must obey authority, who they do not respect in any degree, despise their jobs, their destiny, speak jealously of them that are free, do what they do just to be nothing more than something they infest in. While some unprincipled baptized to strict party platform ties, social clubs and drag these guys, outsiders they can freely criticize, tell nothing except who to idolize and then say, God bless him. While one sings with a tongue on fire, gargles in the rat race choir, bent out of society pliers, cares not to come up any higher, but rather drag you down in the hole that he's in. But I don't mean no harm, nor put fault on anyone who lives in a vault, but it's alright, Mom, if I can't please him. Old lady judges watch people in pair, limited in sex they dare, to push fake morals, insult and stare, while money doesn't talk, it swears. Obscenity, who really cares? Propaganda, all is phony. While them that defend what they cannot see with a killer's pride, security, blows the minds most bitterly. For them that thinks that's honesty won't fall upon them naturally. Life sometimes must get lonely. My eyes collide, head on stuffed graveyards. False God I scuff with pettiness that plays so rough. I walk upside down, inside handcuffs, kick my legs to crash it up, say okay, I've had enough, what else can you show me? And if my thoughts, dreams would be seen, they probably put my head in a guillotine. But it's alright, Mom, it's life and life only. Seen the arrow on the doorpost, saying this land is condemned, all the way from New Orleans to New Jerusalem. I traveled through East Texas, where many martyrs fell. But I know no one can sing the blues like blind Willie McTell. Well, I heard as they were taking down the tents. The stars above the barren trees were his only audience. Them charcoal gypsy maidens can strut their feathers well, but I know no one can sing the blues like Blind Willie McTell. See them big plantations burning, hear the crackings of the whip, smell that sweet magnolia blooming, hear the ghost of slavery ships. I can hear the tribes mourning, undertaker's bell, but I know no one can sing the blues like Blind Willie McTell. There's a woman by the river with some fine young handsome man. He's dressed up like a squire, bootlegged whiskey in his hands. There's a chain gang on the highway. I can hear them rebels yell, but I know no one can sing the blues like Blind Willie McTell. Well, God is in heaven, and we all want what's his, but power and greed and corruptible seed seem to be all that there is. And I'm gazing through the window of the St. James Hotel, and I know no one can sing the blues like Blind Willie McTell. Nobody can sing the blues like Blind Willie McTell. Nobody can sing the blues like Blind Willie McTell. strung with lover's pearls. And all I see are dark eyes. They tell me to be discreet from all intended purposes. They tell me that revenge is sweet, and from where they stand, I'm sure it is. But I feel nothing for their game. Where beauty goes unrecognized, and all I feel is heat and flame. And all I see are dark eyes. A French girl is in paradise. A drunken man is at the wheel. Hunger pays a heavy price for fallen gods of speed and steel. But time is short and the days are sweet, and passion rules the arrow that flies. A million faces at my feet, and all I see are dark eyes. Where have you been, my blue-eyed son? Where have you been, my darling young one? I've stumbled on the side of 12 misty mountains. I've walked and I've crawled on 6 crooked highways. I've stepped in the middle of 7 sad forests. I've been out in front of a dozen dead oceans. I've been 10,000 miles in the mouth of a graveyard. And it's hard, it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard rain. They're gonna fall. What did you see, my blue-eyed son? What did you see, my darling young one? I saw a newborn baby with wild wolves all around it. I saw a highway with diamonds with nobody on it. I saw a black branch with blood that kept dripping. I saw a room full of men with their hammers a-bleeding. I saw a white letter all covered in water. I saw 10,000 talkers whose tongues were all broken. I saw guns and sharp swords in the hands of young children. And it's a hard rain are gonna fall. What did you hear, my blue-eyed son? What did you hear, my darling young one? I heard the sound of a thunder that rolled out a warning. I heard the roar of a wave that could drown the whole world. I heard hundreds of drummers whose hands were ablazing. I heard 10,000 talkers and nobody listening. I heard one person starve, I heard many people laughing. I heard a song of a poet who died in the gutter. I heard the sound of a clown who cried in the alley. And it's a hard rain. It's gonna fall. And who did you meet, my blue-eyed son? Who did you meet, my darling young one? I met a young child beside a dead pony. I met a white man who walked a black dog. I met a young woman whose body was burning. I met a young girl, she gave me a rainbow. I met a man who was wounded in love. I met another man who was wounded in hatred. And it's a hard rain. They're gonna fall. And what will you do now, my blue-eyed son? What will you do now, my darling young one? I'm a-going back out, for the rain starts a-falling. I walk through the depths of the deepest black forest, where the people are many, where their hands are all empty, where the pellets of poison are flooding their waters, where the home in the valley meets the damn dirty prison, where the executioner's face is always well hidden, where hunger is ugly, where souls are forgotten, where black is a color and none is a number. And I'll tell it, I'll think it, I'll speak it, I'll breathe it, and reflect from the mountain so all souls can see it. And then I'll stand on the ocean until I start sinking. But I know my song well before I start singing. And it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard rain's gonna fall. Oh, the time will come up when the winds will stop and the breeze will cease to be breathing, like the stillness of the wind before the hurricane begins, the hour that the ship comes in, and the sea will split and the ship will hit, and the sand on the shoreline will be breaking, and the tide will sound and the waves will pound, and the morning will be breaking. Oh, the fishes will laugh as they swim out of the path, and the seagulls will be smiling, and the rocks on the sand will proudly stand the hour that the ship comes in. And the words they are used for the ship to get confused will not be understood as they are spoken, and the chains in the sea will be busted in the night and be buried in the bottom of the ocean. And a song will lift as the mainsail shift and the boat drifts onto the shoreline, and the sun will respect every face of the deck the hour that the ship comes in. And the sand will roll out a carpet of gold for your weary toes to be a-touching, and the ship's wise man will tell you once again that the whole wide world is watching. And the foes will rise with the sleep still in their eyes. They jerk from their beds and think they're dreaming, and they'll pinch themselves and squeal, and they know that it's for real the hour that the ship comes in. And they raise their hands, say we'll meet all your demand, but we'll shout from the bow, your days are numbered. And like Pharaoh's tribe, they will be drowned in the tide, like Goliath will be conquered. Williams and Sigurd killed poor Hattie Carroll with a cane that he twirled round his diamond ring finger. At the Baltimore Hotel, society was gathering and the cops was called in, and his weapon they took him as he rode him in custody down to the station and booked Williams and Sigurd for first-degree murder. And you philosophize disgrace and criticize all fears. Take the rag away from your face, 'cause now ain't the time for your tears. Williams and Sigurd at 24 years owns a tobacco farm of 600 acres with rich, wealthy parents who provide and protect him, and high office relations in the politics of Maryland. who reacted to his deed with a shrug of his shoulders and swear words and sneering, and his tongue it was snarling. In a matter of minutes, on bail he was walking. And you philosophize disgrace and criticize all fears. Take away the rag of your face, 'cause now ain't the time for your tears. Hattie Carroll was a maid in the kitchen. She was 51 years old, gave birth to 10 children, raised the dishes, took out the garbage, never said once at the head of the table, didn't even talk to the people at the table, just cleaned up all the food from the table. Emptied the ashtrays on a whole other level, got killed by a blow, lay slain by a cane, sailed through the air, lay down to the room, doomed and determined to destroy all the gentle, and never did nothing to Williams and Cigar. But you philosophize disgrace and criticize all fears. Take away the rag of your face, 'cause now ain't the time for your tears. In the courtroom of honor, the judge pounded his gavel to show that all is equal and that the courts were on the level, that the strings in the books ain't pulled and persuaded, and that even the nobles get properly handled once that the cops have chased after and caught him, and that the ladder of law has no top and no bottom. Stared at the person who killed for no reason, just happened to be feeling that way without warning. Spoke through his cloak, most deep and distinguished, handed out strongly for penalty and repentance. Williams and Cigar, a 6-month sentence. And you philosophize disgrace and criticize all fears. Bury the rag deep in your face, for now it's the time for your tears. How many roads must a man walk down before you can call him a man? How many seas must a white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? And how many times must a cannonball fly before it is forever banned. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many years can a mountain exist before it is washed to the sea? And how many years can a people exist before they're allowed to be free? And how many times can a man turn his head, pretend that he just doesn't see? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. And how many times must a man look up before he can see the sky? And how many ears must one man have before he can hear people's cry? And how many deaths will it take till he knows that just too many people have died? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. The answer, my friend.